Connecting to cloud server. We are now recording. Yeah, I'll record these and upload these on Schoology.
Thank
that way,
you so much.
Of course. Yep, you're welcome. And just give me also a thumbs up if you are in Schoology, you were able to access it this morning. Let me know that, so that'll help me frame. Okay, so it looks like about half of us are. So we won't utilize Schoology today, but we will later on this week. So do me a favor in the chat box. What did we cover on Friday? Who remembers? It's so long ago. I know we all had a fun weekend. What did we cover on Friday? In the chat box, who recalls? Connecting. What were we learning? 10 ways to be successful. Thank you, Ashley Gavin. 10 ways to succeed. Usman, Microsoft. Introductions, interactive, what to expect. Well, Ashley Buffon took great notes. Louis, familiarizing herself. Yep, exactly. So excellent. So for those of you who don't recall, because Friday seems so long ago, we did introductions, we did an interactive, we wrote 10 things about ourselves. You guys remember that activity? And then we talked about what we'd be learning in this class, and then we talked about the syllabus as well. So today's going to be a little bit different today. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about file management, a very exciting topic. And we're going to be showing a YouTube video. You guys all know what YouTube is, right? Okay, just want to make sure. I personally don't like watching YouTube videos through Zoom because I think they're choppy and they're just kind of annoying to watch. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch it. I'm going to give you guys a link to the YouTube video. And then we're going to, it's a 16-minute long video. And what we're going to do is I'm going to give you 20 minutes to watch that video. And then if you want to use the bathroom, grab a coffee, get some water, eat something, you can do that in that time. So that'll kind of be in the middle of our class. Then we'll talk about the video together. Then we'll do a breakout, our first breakout as a group, and then we'll come back and discuss it. So like I said in the very first day, one thing that I will strive to do is that every single time that we're together, you'll never feel like, oh my gosh, that class was so long. Every class will have different elements to it that kind of keep things moving. So the first element is this. I have a quiz for you. A, B, C, or D. Read these remarks on the screen, and in the chat box, put what letter best describes you when it comes to file management. I'm seeing some B's, I'm seeing an N, I'm not sure where N came from. C, C, B, B, C. All right, we got our first A from Pablo. Pablo, please go ahead and unmute yourself and share with us what is your system for organizing your files.
So I have a Mac, so I can put all my documents or all my pictures in the same folder, and it just does it for me automatically. And then I can just look for them like that on my Finder.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Pablo. Appreciate that. Looks like Andre is also an A. Andre, can you go ahead and unmute yourself, my friend, and let us know how you organize your files?
So the way that I organize it is pretty much create a file where it's a big aspect. And then what I do is break it down into sections, and within those files are subsections, and within those files is documents, whatever I need to put in them.
Wow, so it's not only just a folder, it's like subfolders and all that. So I can imagine that when you, Andre, are looking for something, you could find it very quickly. It's not a big deal. Yeah. Thank you, Andre. Thank you, Pablo. A lot of us put B's as well. Samaje, pull yourself off mute, please. And how do you organize your files? What's your method?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I organize it by alphabets or by the dates, which should be easier for me to get a hand to.
Excellent. So by alphabetical order or by the date. Thank you. It looks like Ricardo has a C. So you said I don't have a system, but I can find them without much of a problem. What is your desktop or your file management look like? Ricardo?
Oh, I have Ricardo here. I have a Mac,
Mhm.
so I don't really have that many files that I need to look through, but anything I can just go to my Finder, or I always put a specific name on anything that I save. So if I remember the name, I just type it in the Finder and it'll take me right to the document or whatever.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Ricardo. And I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say there are probably some people in this class that are a D, but just don't want to admit it. And that's okay. Because the facts are, for a lot of us, if you're anything like me, you get a file, you put it in on your desktop, you put it in a download folder, and your screen kind of looks like this, right? Does anybody get anxiety just looking at the screen? In the chat box, there's the question on the right, why does it matter? So take a minute. Why does a file organization matter? If you're like one of those people who's like, I know where everything is, it's not a big deal. Why do you need to organize your files? David Torres, that looks like a headache. Yes, it does. At least it's in straight lines, Ashley Ross says. All right, Lewis, good answer. I want to hear you speak to that a little bit more. Can delay you from finishing assignments on time. Can you unmute yourself and share what you mean?
Yeah, basically when I said that, I basically meant like let's say like you get an email and you download something that's like vital to the assignment you're finishing, that you're never gonna find it if it's on that screen right there.
Yeah, definitely not. Amna, did you have a hand up?
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's just a lot quicker to find your things because you know exactly where you put them, and you don't have to go searching in other folders for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me follow up with you on that one, Amna. Why is it important to find things quickly in the working world?
Because one main thing about working is to be organized, and to like you're wasting not only your time but the other person's time, especially if you need to send it to someone or show someone something. You're really wasting their time trying to look for things when you should have had it, like you should know where you put it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Avalyn, you said it helps with time management. How's this help with time management? Explain that to us. You there, Avalyn?
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I just disconnected randomly real quick, like my cord came out. What did you say? Can you repeat that?
Yeah, of course. You mentioned in your comment it helps with time management. Like why
Yeah,
is that a critical part of being a professional?
It is a very critical point of being professional, because if somebody wants you to send them an email or share something, or you even have something to share and you have to do it on time, you could just, usually you have a folder with whatever it is. You just click that folder and you know where it is. If you have to go digging for the file from this folder to this folder, it delays whatever you have to do, and it could also delay whatever someone else has to do, because they're now waiting on you to send them something that you should have already had at hand.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Avalyn, last comment. Hannah Holmes, easily distracted. That's a good one. What do you think happens to your brain when you look at a desktop like this one, Hannah?
Once you start looking at a desktop like that, or you start looking for files and you find it, you run into other files, you run into other things that'll distract you from the project at hand. And things can be like time sensitive. And if you get distracted, you're ruining a project, not just for yourself, but for everyone.
Absolutely, absolutely. We talked earlier about epic evaluations, and it doesn't come across as very professional when you're scrambling to find something that you should be able to access within a few seconds. Great point, Hannah. David, last comment, and then we're going to go to our next activity.
Yes, David here. And I feel like, well, when the computer looks like that, there's just so many unnecessary files, which can also slow down your computer. So it makes
good point.
Makes it a lot more slower to take out some files for work or school.
Yeah, it can slow down your machine. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you for that comment. Excellent. So the reality is, our goal for today is to talk through a system to have file management. So what I want to do is share a quick story. Then we're going to watch a YouTube video on our own time and come back and discuss the method in the video. But my story is that when I was, I don't know, 10 years ago maybe, I was working at a warehouse here in Hunts Point in the Bronx. And it was a pretty large warehouse. There was a lot of work that we did. We would get trucks every single day, and we would actually have a system for organizing our cleaning supplies. Okay, so we would have like a whole entire wall where like this is where a broom went, this is where a dustpan went, this is where a mop went, this is where a bucket went. And it seemed to me like very early on when I started working there, like that seems really annoying. Like I have to like put everything in one. Not only it was like one spot, it was like a wall called a shadow board where like the broom went exactly here. It didn't go on the left, it didn't go on the right. It went like here on this hook. But then I realized after working there for a few weeks is like if you got a busy day and like you're unloading trucks and you're breaking down pallets, and you're breaking down boxes, and you're like, oh shoot, it's 4:40 p.m. and I gotta leave at 5, and the broom's not where it needs to be. There is like nothing more frustrating in the world than that. Because you're like, I want to clean up and I want to go home and I'm going to walk this, whatever it was, 4,000 square foot warehouse looking for one broom. And the fact that, thank you, Shante, for the laugh. I had it happen many, many times where that broom had caused me a lot of grief. And file management is a lot like that. Like if you can't find something, it's going to cause you stress. It's going to cause you anxiety. It's going to cause you to be annoyed. And you're not going to be your best self with that. So what we're going to do is this, guys, like some of you came in a little bit late. That's okay. I know it's the first day. We're still getting our kinks worked out. But I'm going to share with you guys a link. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. And this is a YouTube video. I know everyone here knows what YouTube is. There we go. Everyone here knows what YouTube is. So what we're going to do is I personally don't like showing videos on Zoom because I just feel like it gets clunky, it's just kind of annoying, the image is not great. So what I'm gonna do, I do things a little bit differently, is we're all mature adults here. I'm gonna drop the link right here in the chat box. I'm gonna give you guys in a minute, don't bolt off now. I'm gonna give you 20 minutes to watch this video. It's a 16-minute long video. And then we're gonna come back and I want you to have 5, listen to me, this is closely, 5 complete sentences written out of your key takeaways of this video, okay? A key takeaway is not, this video was cool. That's not a takeaway. Or, I liked what he had to say. That's not a takeaway. Because someone want to put in the chat box, like, what's an example of like a good full sentence takeaway that you could like write down for watching a video? That's like professional as opposed to, I like this video or this was cool. What could be an example of like a really good, explain the topic. Perfect, Evelyn. Love it. Thank you. You nailed on hit the nail on the head. Wow, it's Monday morning. I need another coffee. You hit the nail on the head. You explain the topic, how it relates to you. It's in a full sentence. It's articulate. Do not think you can just go watch this video and also look at your TikTok. I'm going to ask every single person to put down their 5 sentences in the chat box. This is a deliverable. You will be, receive an infraction if you don't do it. So what I'm going to do is 10:45. We're going to come back at 11:05. Make sure you have your 5 full sentences in the chat box ready to go, and we're going to discuss it. So go ahead and take your camera off, watch the video, and we'll see you at 11:05. Thanks, guys.
Sorry, Eric, I was having an issue with my Zoom link. What exactly, which video are we supposed to be watching?
Yeah, Karina, I just dropped it in the chat box. It's a video on file organization. It's 15 minutes long.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And I'll hang here for 1 more minute. If there's any more questions, if not, you can put your camera off and watch the video.
It's Eric. Is that a question?
Yes.
I had kind of had the same idea as Karina. I didn't get links in, so I had to ask one of my colleagues to tell me how to do it. So that's why I was like 2 minutes late. I'm sorry for that.
It's okay. Thank you for letting me know. What I shared at the beginning of the class is since this is the first day, and people are still working out some kinks, you will not be recorded tardy for today because it's still the first day.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
usable way of organizing your files.
Hey, Tiana, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, are you just joining us now?
Yeah, I had problems getting in. I didn't have the Zoom link, so I had to like wait like 20 minutes for somebody to send me an email, the link.
Okay, not a problem. I know it's the first day, so we're still working out some kinks. What we're doing right now is we're watching this YouTube video. I just put the link in the chat box. You probably won't have time to watch the whole thing, but spend some time watching as much as you can, and we're coming back at 11:05.
Okay.
All right, thanks. All right, we're down to our last 30 seconds. Please, if you're done, get yourself back in position, put your video back on. That lets me know that you're here. Give me a thumbs up if you prefer watching a YouTube video that way versus watching it through the Zoom screen. Yeah, me too. I just don't like it. It's choppy, it's messy, it's confusing. I just think, you know what, everyone just watch it. We'll talk about it after. Okay, I'm glad to know I'm not crazy. All right, Ashley Ross is doing exactly what I want everybody else to do. I would like everybody else to put your 5 full sentences, key takeaways from today's video. And what I would like you to do, a small favor as you guys do that, if you've already pressed enter and submitted your 5 takeaways, for our next activity, we're going to have to share our screens. Can someone who's on a laptop just do me a small favor? Don't press it, but just hover down on the bottom and let me know with a thumbs up if you have the green share screen button on your function. Can you do that? Okay, great. Majda and Ashley, thank you. Okay, so do me a favor. Put your hand up if you have a particularly good takeaway on the right side where it says participant next to your name. Give me the hand up symbol if you're like, I want to talk about something that I found very interesting in it. All right, great. Tiana, you're the first hand that I saw. Can you please let me know what your thoughts are? You're on mute, Tiana.
My thoughts was have a habit of also being organized on my computer as well, not putting certain files and things in one folder. I think that your files to access things more here.
Great. Thank you so much. Ashley Bafong, I see your hand.
Good morning, everyone. One thing that really stood out to me, because when I think about just organizing my computer, it stresses me out, was the tree structure. And I just thought it was brilliant because it just kind of leads to, it just seems brilliant to me. So when I was writing my notes down and how he was saying to organize by main topics, like into life buckets, and organize, and the difference between organizing by categories and dates. So the importance of 2 and why you choose one over the other. So that was just really, it made sense. So now I have a tool to use.
Excellent, Ashley. Thank you so much for your comments. Appreciate that. We're gonna go Shante, Andre, and Amadul, and then we're gonna go to our next activity. Shante, the floor is yours.
For me, like I did do the 5 sentences. I wrote it in a notebook, and then I was saying when he was talking about we should, since we use our computers more, that we have more files and we do more on a computer. I agreed with that because it's like the same thing as a phone. Since we always take pictures and mostly do everything electronic now, you have more files saved on a lot of stuff. And then the other thing I agreed with him was everything should be in a specific folder. Like if you have pictures and downloads on your computer or your phone, you should separate it into those 2 different categories. And then the other one was when he was saying organize it by the date and the name and the year, so you don't have to keep scrolling through just because it's from that same year. You could put a specific name. And then the last one I like that he said was using the tree and plant structure for organization.
Excellent. Thank you, Shante. I believe I said Andre, and then Amadul, and then we're going to keep on going. Andre, the floor is yours.
I kind of found it relatable when he started mentioning suggestions for cloud-based applications, especially Google One, because he was mentioning that you could have all the information that you need at any time given. And especially the part where he said, because you won't be able to run out of space unless you're something like a photographer or like an art design that kind of fits up my alley, considering I am a photographer and art designer.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm glad you said that too. I'm a big fan of using cloud-based services because maybe you want to access something on your computer, maybe you want to access it on your phone, maybe you want to access it on your iPad, maybe you're like visiting a library, you want to access it there. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Thank you, Andre. And Amadul, take us home and then we're going to keep on moving.
Okay, so one of the thing I took away was that organizing by date, it helps you to like remove irrelevant files or folders that you no longer like need it. So for example, you have an assignment due and you already completed it. A week later, you don't need it anymore. So you can just delete it off.
Yeah, excellent. I couldn't agree more. There are so many times when I've found files on my computer that's like from 2012. And I'm like, why do I still have this? This is irrelevant to my life. So yeah, once you're done, discard it and be done with it. You wouldn't keep, trash around your apartment. So why would you keep it on your computer? Excellent. Well, thank you all. Give yourselves a round of applause. All very good answers. If you did not put your 5 things in the chat box, please make sure you do so now in full and complete sentences because I'm going to go back later and look at them. And that's going to be to make sure everybody did it. Real quick housekeeping thing. I know today's the first day. And I said this already once or twice, but if you came in late, you will not get an infraction today because it's the first day. But this is my Zoom link. So all the classes that you will have with me will be on this link. It'll always be the same. So please make sure that you mark that down. And starting tomorrow, we're going to have a waiting room. And then I think we have a 9 o'clock class tomorrow. So at 9 o'clock, I let everybody in. And then if you're after 9 o'clock, if you're 9:01, 9:02, you will be marked late and receiving an infraction. So make sure by 9 o'clock tomorrow, you're ready to go. All right, so everyone's got their thing in there. Excellent, I love it. So what I'm gonna do is this. All right, give me a thumbs up when you see that. Okay, thank you all. This is our breakout for today. I don't need to make it full screen, you all can see that fine. So, create a folder on your desktop called Europe. I'm not even gonna read it because you're all smart. You can read it, and I'm gonna copy and paste it into our chat box. But the way it's gonna work is you're gonna get into a group 5 or 6 people. You're gonna have one person designated to like all volunteer my share screen, and then you can help me organize my Europe folder. So what I want you to do is you're just starting out, it's brand new, and I want you to stay on top of it. It's a lot easier to stay on top of it now than try to play catch up later. So I want you to just be ahead of the game. We're gonna have 25 minutes to complete this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share this in the chat box as well, so it's not gonna be new information. So if you get done with somebody, like hey, if your team's really fast and someone finishes up, great, go to the next person. But it's really critical that whoever you're working on shares their screen so you can talk through a method of how you're gonna do it. So you're creating a folder, you're creating different subfolders for each class, and then you're importing files into those subfolders to keep things organized. So if you have a question, you can raise your hand. If not, I'm gonna send you off to your group. David, do you have a question or is that from earlier?
No, that was from earlier, sorry.
Okay, no, not a problem at all. Thanks for letting me know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you into 6 rooms. It'll be 5 or 6 participants per room. It's a 25-minute activity, so I'll pull you back around, I don't know, we'll just say like 11:35 just for the sake of time, so we have 10 minutes to report out. So 11:35, I pull you back in, and you can share how you did it. So like I said, if you finish early, then move on to the next person. I'll come to each room to mitigate any questions you have, but make sure you just go ahead and join your room. See you guys on the other side. Amador, can you hear me?
Hi, Eric. Can you hear me?
Yeah, were you able to go to your room or not yet?
No, my power cut went off, so.
Okay, let me go ahead and move you to another one. Here you go. Can you click join that one? Does something pop up to say join group 3?
It says at the bottom, join breakout room.
Yes,
Just
so
click that.
Yeah, click that. You got it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Sorry.
You're welcome. Hey, Chelsea.
Hey, I keep having connectivity issues. I had to switch to my phone.
It's okay. Let me go ahead and send you into another room.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, 1 second. Welcome back. Welcome back. Camera's on if you can.
Eric, David here.
Yes, David.
We thought you disconnected from the chat.
What do you mean? What happened?
I was sharing, and then I don't know, like you disconnected or.
Oh, when I was in your breakout.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, you guys just seemed like you had it under control, so I thought, all right, I'm not gonna mess with magic, right? I'm just gonna let them do their thing.
Oh, thank you.
you don't fix it if it's not broken.
That is
No,
true. That is true.
I was there, but yeah, if I ever disconnect, David, just so you know, you're in charge, okay?
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right, no pressure. All right, welcome back, everybody. Do me a favor. I want to report out in the last 10 minutes or so about this exercise. Think of a challenge of that activity. What was a challenge that you had? If you can think of one you want to share with the group, go ahead and raise your hand. What made that difficult? Raise your hand in the chat on the side where it says participants. I can't see everybody's screen. Ashley Buffon, please unmute yourself and share a challenge that your group had.
Many things were difficult.
Let's hear them.
So once I realized what we were supposed to do, cool. I just had a hard time moving the documents. So we had to, from what I know, we had to make 3 folders for our classes and put 3 files in each folder. That's correct. So I was trying to make a Microsoft Word folder for homework, I guess, and I didn't know how to bring that document into the folder, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And just to clarify, Ashley, a Microsoft Word doc is actually called a file, and a folder is what you put files inside of. Like a folder is just a folder, and then you put that. But yeah, thanks for that. Very good point. Thanks, Ashley. Andre, please unmute yourself.
I think one of the challenging parts was trying to figure a way how to organize it, whether it be in terms of category, name, date, and basically in what way to organize the files in terms of location, which file should be in this area or which file should be in another area.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Andre. Appreciate that. And Ricardo, can you please unmute yourself?
Yeah, hi, Ricardo here. I guess the biggest challenge for me was trying to, because I'm on the Europe computer right now, and trying to get like all the files that I don't have in here yet to, try to put them into folders, trying to get used to, the different operating system compared to my Mac and everything like that. But that was about it. It took a little bit, but I got the hang of it. It's just, I didn't have time to create all those documents that we're going to put in the folder.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ricardo. In the chat box, if you have your files currently on a previous machine, how are you planning on migrating all of those files into your Europe laptop? In the chat box, what's your plan of action? There's multiple ways to do it. USB, that's one way you can do it. Thanks, David. What other ways can you migrate files from an old machine? HDD, thank you. Pablo, can you pull yourself off mute and explain what that is for those who don't know?
HDD is a hard disk drive that you could connect with. It's like a USB, but it's bigger because it has more storage space.
Precisely. You also call that an external hard drive. You can sync it wirelessly. Google Drive is a great resource. I'm a big fan of Google Drive. So those are all different options that you can use. Because I imagine a lot of us are like Ricardo. We have everything on our personal machines. We're trying to transfer it, and that there's different ways you can go about doing that. And Jesus, last comment before we go on to our next activity. You're on mute, Jesus.
Yes, I was going to the previous question about what were some challenges with the task. I was going to say naming the folders. So for example, we were deciding whether we were going to go with the initials of the courses or with the actual names. So for example, either going with CIS 201 or actually writing down Introduction to Computer Applications.
Yeah, and what did you decide?
We decided to go with the initials.
Oh, interesting. And what made you guys decide that?
It was easier, and not easier to remember, but it was easier to write down. So.
Sure. Yeah, thanks, Jesus. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer when it comes to that. Obviously, if you write intro to computer applications, that's a very long name for a file. Sys 101 might be easier, or you could even do like intro to CA. That way it's like, okay, I know what that is, intro to computer applications. Rahul, do you have your hand up there?
Yeah, I just wanted to add up to what my colleague had to say with, the initials, like you said as well, it's shorter, it's quick. When you have the class and the syllabus in your eye, and you constantly look at it back and forth, it's easy to associate the number with the class. And that's how I've always looked at my coursework in college and labeled my file. So it's supplying that in here.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Is there anybody here who feels brave and wants to share with the 33 of us on this call how they organize their files, use the share screen option, and shows how they did it? They just want to flex a little bit on how organized their files are. Anybody feeling brave and want to do that? You can raise your hand in the, on the sun. Shantae says she wants to. I saw that was the first hand I saw. All right, Shantae, can you go ahead and share your screen and take yourself off mute and explain to us how you did it? You there? Oh, there we go. Thank you so much. Emmanuel's screen is up. I didn't ask you to share your screen, Emmanuel. I asked Shantae to share hers, unless you guys are in the same group. Are you guys working together?
Yeah, we're in the same group.
Oh, excellent. Even better. All right. So who's going to speak on your behalf of your team?
Me.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so me and my group made we made 3 files, and one was IT, one was for IT. And then, as you can see, we put in a photo that relates to the IT criteria. And it's basically like showing you the different ways of what we use for like to work. Like you have a phone and it's showing you how everything connects in a way and how it maps out how everything's connected in a way, like whether it's Wi-Fi or service or anything. And then the other profile, the other folder that we made was for computer class. And then we have a file of a computer, a laptop. And it's basically showing you like what you can use and everything, what comes with it, and like product information in a way.
Yep.
And then the next file, the final file that me and my group made was for business class. And then we put in the vocabulary that we first learned during pre-orientation and kind of orientation of last week.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So this is spot on. This is exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. There we go. So there's your notes.
Yes. As you can see, he has the notes and everything, and basically everything in our Year Up folder.
Great. Emmanuel, do me a favor. Oh, sorry, just pull it down. Pull it back up for me really quick. I want to ask a question that Shantae or anybody from her group can answer. Can you pull it back up for a second, Emmanuel?
Yes. Well,
yeah, can you pull your screen back up? Just have it up. I want to go back from the business file. All right, so go ahead and click on business class. And now imagine that you want to do mod 2, list 2 vocab. Anybody from Shantae and Emmanuel's group, how would you add a new Word document? Because now it's mod 1, list 1, but now it's mod 2, list 2. How would you add a new one? Yeah,
Usman.
Yep.
So what you do is you right click it and it's gonna ask you for a new.
You right click what?
Just press on the mod 1 list right now. Like if Emmanuel were to right click, it's gonna
we don't want to change it. We want to create a new Word document called mod 2.
if he would create that, it would open a new thing, Microsoft Word. And then you could save as what you want.
But if I wanted like a blank Word document called Mod 2, is this how I would do it? That's how I would open it. That's how you would go about it. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. And now let's go ahead and save that with that name, Emmanuel, Mod 2, List 2 vocab. All right. Hi. Thank you. Yep. Where do we want to save it? Yep, in our business class folder. Wow, you guys are good. I'm impressed. No, we want to call it Hi. We want to call it Mod 2 List 2.
Mod 2 List 2.
Because we'll come back and wait, what was I thinking when I wrote that? And see what he's doing right there. He right-clicked it. He pressed rename. Beautiful.
2 List 2.
Awesome. Thanks, Uzman. Thank you, Shantae. Thank you, Emmanuel. You can go ahead and stop sharing your screen. I can give them a clap. That was great. We're down to our last 4 minutes. So what I want to do is this. I want to share with us some next steps for tonight and tomorrow. So give me a thumbs up when you can see my screen. All right, here are your deliverables. Should you choose to accept them? Some of you have already done this, so you're done. Which is create your year up folder on your desktop. Ensure that inside each folder has at least 3 files. And what I'll be doing tomorrow morning, since Schoology is not set up for everybody quite yet, is I'll be asking people at random, hey, like do what Emmanuel just did. Share your screen and show all of us your year up folder that you just uploaded. So that's important. So make sure it's done. You don't want to be the person who doesn't have it done when they get called on. The next thing I'm going to have you do is I'm going to drop it right here in the chat box. There's a video. Here we go here. Oh, my chat box is being silly. I'm just going to go ahead and put it here. Stop share. You're going to watch this video. This video is about cloud computing versus using a Office like 2019. It's only 8 minutes long, okay? So very similarly to what you did today, you're gonna watch that 8-minute long YouTube video and you're gonna have 5 takeaways, all right? So tomorrow morning when you log on at 9 o'clock, the first thing I'm gonna say is I'm gonna pick people at random, Ricardo, then Ashley, Gavin, and then Andre. Share your screen. I wanna see what you did. You do not wanna be the person who's like, oh shoot, I didn't do it because that's a missed assignment. So make sure that you have your year up folder ready to go. The next thing I'm going to ask you to do is watch that 8-minute long video and make sure you have your 5 key takeaways. I'm going to say populate it in the chat box right away. So it's not like you're going to do it in the middle of class. You're going to do it right away. So if you're waiting 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get it done, that means it's not done. All right. I see a few hands up. We have 2 minutes. Moses, you're up. You're on mute, Moses.
Okay, dokie. I'm gonna share my screen right now.
All right, Moses, do you have a question about the deliverables or?
Oh, if I had a question about the deliverables. Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought.
No, it's okay. Yeah. So but you're done. You got your year up folder already done.
Yes, I did.
All right, great. So all you got to worry about tomorrow is watching the 8-minute long video, and then right there it is again. Make sure you guys go click on that now and save it, and then tomorrow you have your 5 takeaways. Ashley Ross, do you have a question on the assignment on deliverable?
No, I had a question for the group.
Yep.
For the business class folder, is that for every single business class that you're going to have in Europe, or is that just for the first business class?
Great question. What group? What are you going to do? You're going to have one for each business class, or one for all of your business classes, Emmanuel? And your team, how do you want to answer that?
I'll take it.
Again,
you can make one folder right now for Business 101, and then once you start taking other business classes, you can take those smaller folders and drop them into a larger umbrella folder. So that way all your business classes are under that one folder tree. So that way they're all easy to find and you can just split them that way as we take more classes.
Perfect answer, Chelsea. That's exactly how I would have answered it as well. You have the business one, which is your main one, and then the subfolders underneath for each individual class. Shantae, do you have a question or a comment regarding deliverables?
Yes, I was gonna say, so the project that we just did with our groups, so everybody has to make one individually, or you mean to keep the same?
Precisely. Everybody has to have one individually. So tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., I'm going to call on a few random people, and I'm going to say, share your screen, show me your Europe file, and every single person needs to have their own individual one. Thanks for asking, as well as watching the 8-minute long video and being prepared to talk. We have your 5 takeaways in full, complete sentences. I'll hop right in the chat box. Ashley Buffon?
I think you just answered my question. We have to do 5 sentences for the video let's do tomorrow.
Precisely. Yep. And Karina?
Just to be sure, after lunch, we're going to Business 101, right?
You'd have to look at your schedules. Can anybody confirm? I don't have it in front of me. Is that right for section A? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay.
After lunch is Business 101 at 12:30. Yes.
Okay. Last question, then we'll let you go. Emmanuel? You're on mute.
Yes, so about the deliverable, right? So I just get to keep mine, or like, or I have to create a new one for myself?
No, if you did it already in your breakout, you're done. So all you need to worry about now is you watch the 8-minute long video and you do your 5 takeaways. So guys, we're up at the time. You have to stay back and ask questions. I'm here. Enjoy being with you all. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, Tiana.
Do we have the link for the to get into the business class after lunch?
You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm saying, do we have a link to get into the business class after lunch?
Yes, you'll have a different link than this one because Vanessa teaches that class. I do not teach it, but the room won't be open until the class starts. Okay? So like if you click on it now, it won't do anything. You have to wait until the class starts.
With the same link that I came in with you.
No, it'll be, Vanessa will have her own link. Does anybody, you should have received an email that had all the links for all the classes. If you guys give me a thumbs up if you received that email, just to make sure that, you know, it went out. Every teacher, every instructor has their own personal link. So you should check your email and you should have a link for Vanessa's class, for business class. And Amador, you do not have to post anything on Schoology right now, no. Tomorrow, you just come in, you have your 5 takeaways from the video. Thanks, Ashley Ross. And you have your Europe folder ready to go. But we'll just talk about it in class. No Schoology assignment tonight. Any other questions before we close this room?
Just quick question.
Yep.
All the modules, all the PowerPoints that you have, you're going to be posting those on Schoology, right?
Correct, as well as the recordings of our lectures as well. They'll all be available to you.